Good morning, guys and gals. How the devil are we? Welcome to the fitting, the big fitting. If you've been following me lately, you'll see that I've been gearing up for this club fitting at Tourex Golf in Wigan. So I've heard lots of good things about this place, so I've got quite high expectations. So the idea is I've got to take my 7 iron with me today. I'm getting fitted for my irons, hit a few shots, warm up and see what Nick at Tourex Golf recommends that I use going forward. So we'll try a few shafts, try a few different club heads and see what my bag will be full of for this coming season and next. So take your bets, drop a comment below. What do you think? Am I going to go stiffer shaft? Am I going to go stick with the ladies flex? Who knows? The world apparently it's got the biggest selection of clubs, I think he said in the UK. The biggest stock for fitting wise, so I should have quite a lot to go at. Hopefully it won't be a massively long process and he should be able to just look at my stats and go, yep, this is the one for you. But we'll see. But I'm super excited. I've been excited for this for such a long time, and now I'm finally here, a proper professional fitting. So we'll see. Let's get this show on the road. I'll tell you what's going to be interesting with this fitting is there's quite a few people that are interested to see what I end up with. Okay. Because of the whole lady men thing. Okay. I've got a couple of ladies that are interested in how it goes as well.
Right. Right, target line. Outside of the mat is your outside tram line. Okay. So straight over kind of where it says carry. So slightly right side of centre, because it's a right and left-handed route. You're okay?
Don't do that.
Take time.
I'm warming up. Oh dear. Practice shots always go really well.
Good.
By the time I finished my lesson last week, I was getting about 110 carry.
You alright?
No, not. Good. Getting warm.
Alright.
That's it. Need business now, coat's coming off.
It's not the warmest of facilities, I tell you.
I've got a skin on as well, so that doesn't help.
I know. Well, it's, you know what? There's no gas on site here, so we have to rely on electric heaters everywhere. Good shot.
See, my coat's hindering me clearly.
Keep going.
I think what these grips have seemed to have lost a bit of sticky as well.
Right.
You know, so I feel like they're spinning a little bit.
Yeah. Good. Well, I tell everybody you should be changing your grips once a year, definitely. I mean, it's different if you're buying new golf clubs, but
yeah,
you know, if we play a lot and we play in all conditions, you need to change your grips. Good.
Neil should change his club. He said, do you want yours? And I said, what's the point from getting new clubs? He went, good point.
good. And what about your ball flight? When you're playing good and you're on song, are you happy with your ball flight? Would you prefer it to be higher or lower?
This is why it probably gets quite tricky, because I don't tend to play a lot with my irons.
Are you more of a wood player?
Woods and hybrids.
Hybrids.
Yeah.
What's the longest iron you go down to?
7.
Right, okay.
But just certainly the last few games I've played, because I don't get a massive distance on my 7, maybe it's about 120, 130 yards total.
Yeah.
I'm usually about 150 yards out, for example. So I take like my 7 wood or my hybrid. I think it's 6 or a 4 hybrid I tend to use.
Would you? So, a quick question for you. Do you think with a new set of golf clubs with a little bit of confidence, you might be able to hit a longer iron or not?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
I would. You know, I tell all ladies, I wouldn't fear. You know, there seems to be this fear factor going from like a 7 to a 6 and a 6 to a 5.
Yeah.
It's only half inch longer and 3 degrees difference in, you know, other than that, it's almost the same thing.
Yeah, I am definitely more confident with the longer clubs.
Right.
Definitely more confident.
Right.
The shorter they get, the more confidence I've got goes.
Right.
Massively.
Okay.
Every time, generally, most times when I go into my lesson, I think I hate the irons. I hate because I can't hit them. Then I come out my lesson, hit them again. Lovely.
Yeah.
But then because I don't use them on the course,
yeah.
it kind of
so
goes
when you
off
get
again.
it out again, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of that catch-22 situation where do you go with a bag of hybrids and woods,
yeah,
or do you go longer irons and start using your irons?
So I always think it's a bit defeatist to go with full woods. You're good enough. I've only seen 5 minutes of you. You're good enough to use irons.
Duff.
He says.
Famous last word right there.
All right, 2 more.
Come.
Take your time. 1 more.
1 more. Come on. Make it a good one.
Okay, right, have a little breather. So in between, I'll collect 10 balls for you, so there's no problem there.
That's a cool little device.
I know, it saves your legs this. And you know what, they're only a £5.
Really?
Yeah, they're really good. The only trouble outside is they get, so if you went to pick it up now, you get the mud in there as well. That's the only downside. Right, come and have a little look. So let me explain to you from a fitting point of view what we're seeing here today. So we work with TrackMan.
Yep.
On the top screen, we see swing information. So gives me a little bit of data about you and your technique. Okay. On the bottom screen, we capture ball flight data. Okay, so it tells me a little bit about the ball and what it's doing, etc. Yeah. Now, I think the first thing we need to do is there a pattern emerging of where you strike the ball on the club face?
Yep.
Would you say that's
typical?
Common? Yeah, a little bit heely, a bit necky.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a bit low and it's a bit necky. Length of club and lie angle will play a part in that, which I'll come to in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so we go back to the big screen and we go back to these average shots. And then this is the information I see behind the scenes. We highlight the important stuff and I put those on the bottom so you can see them too. You know, and for me, a couple of the standout things that we need to look at. Well, club speed is interesting, isn't it? You know, you talk about length of shaft, style of shaft, you know, whether you should be in a men's or a ladies or a potential senior unisex kind of club. Club speed is the foundations for, or should I say it's the start point for where we would base our assessments. Do I think you would suit a men's steel shaft swinging at 63 miles an hour? No. But would you suit a senior men's? Well, why not? Let's have a go. That's why you're here today, isn't it? The next few boxes tell me a little bit about you. There are a little bit more information on the top screen, so it tells me a little, you know, it tells me you're quite shallow into the ball. You hit quite up on the ball. Yeah. In an ideal world, we could do with you compressing your irons. By the way, you're not here for a lesson, you know, I'm only giving you some numbers here. Your path is actually very good, and it tells me that you've hit a few low off the face, so your dynamic loft is a little bit on the low side. These numbers will change in a minute, because when I go and get you some irons, you can hit some more, so you'll be freer, you'll be looser. So the top section, I'm not drastically going to change that, because it's all about technique and swing information and what you would probably do with your coach. Dynamic lie and dynamic loft are two important numbers, and club speed. They're the important parts for me. But on this bottom section here, well, this is very different, because I think we can affect these numbers, because this is, in my opinion, this is performance related. You know, the most important thing on there for me is ball speed. You know, and I know we get sucked into distance. You said you wouldn't mind a few more yards. General rule of thumb, 1 mile an hour gain is equivalent to about 3 yards, approx. So, you know, if we can find somebody 5, 6, 7 miles an hour, you know, that's the 20 yards that we all strive for. More importantly, with ball speed, Corinne, I think we need to maintain ball speed on miss-hits. I think that's where the equipment's getting better now. So the manufacturers, you know, especially with drivers, everything has to be conforming now. So it's about, well, how can we make your off-centre hits come off with more ball speed, go longer and straighter? So we're going to hopefully get the same situation with irons. So ball speed is really important. Ball speed divided by club speed gives me your efficiency. When we do test these golf clubs, you know, and we create some lists, I would say the ones with the high smash are going to be the ones that you like.
So in other words, you're about 1.5, aren't I?
Yeah, 1.5 is for driver, and then it drops back. I'm a very sexist comment now, but we aim for about 1.34 with men for 7-iron. I think with a lady, I think it's about 1.30, but I do have a chart outside. We can have a look. Yeah. It tells me how high it launch. It tells me how much backspin you generate, and we measure spin in cycles. You know, 1 full turn is 1 spin. You know, your ball stayed in there for a minute, it would turn 3,500 times. That's a little bit low at the moment, because obviously you've hit a few thinner shots. So we'll get a truer reflection of that in a minute. It'll also tell me how far you've hit it, how high it goes, and the angle that it would drop out to the sky. Because, very important, giving people distance is fine, but we've also got to factor in, you know, for me to give you more distance, it might mean you hit it a little bit lower. You know, less loft, so it'll come off a little bit stronger, more penetrating, but it will take more time to land, because it will run more. So, you know, there is an happy medium to try and find, isn't there? So that's it in a nutshell. You know, you're probably familiar with TrackMan anyway, because you're coaching. So I'm going to get some clubs together for you now. Okay. Now, I'm no interior motive now. I'm just going to give you clubs which I think will give you some good numbers, and then we can worry about whether or not you like the look of them, or whether they're too expensive, or anything else. Don't be afraid to tell me as we go along. If I give you something and you don't like it, you visibly don't like it, then chances are you're not going to buy it. So we'll bin it. Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple of ping options: Mizuno, Srixon, Callaway, Titleist, Taylormade. I know you mentioned you've struggled with Cobra, but I'm going to give you a Cobra. So there's quite a few for you to try. And we'll hit half a dozen shots with each. Yep. And then we'll let you have a lie down. You'll be knackered.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank
so
you.
I'll go and get together some clubs for you. Yep. And then, you know, keep nice and loose. Hit some now. And I'll be 2 minutes.
Super, thank you. So that's what I'm hitting at the minute, and that's my stats at the minute. Obviously they're a bit rubbish because I'm a bit cold, but let's hit some more.
Right, okay, so you asked for unisex golf clubs.
Yep.
I'm giving you unisex golf clubs. Again, we don't have a massive, I mean, you can see how many demo clubs and shafts we have here, but we don't have thousands of options for ladies, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I think we have a stigma of ladies think they're not good enough to come here, which is completely untrue, and they get intimidated a little bit. So you know, if the strong population of people who come here are not ladies, it makes sense to not have too many ladies demos.
Well, this is why I want to demonstrate to any of the lady viewers that it doesn't matter.
Correct.
You don't have to have ladies clubs.
Correct.
You come in to get a club.
Correct. And I must say, if you know, following on from that, I do have the ladies pings, the ladies Taylormade, the Callaway ladies, but it would be just a limited assortment of the big brands, what they offer for ladies.
And I suppose that the older ladies might need the softer shaft because they've got such a faster swing.
Correct.
But for anyone in the, and I'm not saying I'm young by any stretch of the imagination, but younger,
yes,
we shouldn't think that we're pigeonholed for that same limitation.
Correct. And it's not all about club speed. It's you know, it's about how you transfer that energy. It's about how you load the shaft. You know, stature. I mean, you're not. You're quite tall, aren't you? As well, you know. So if you give you a ladies' club, it's going to look like a junior club in your hand, isn't it? So you know, there's got to be some common sense surrounded around this, hasn't there? Right. Okay. So I'm not going to give you a running commentary. I just want you to hit some. Now we need to be a little bit careful that you don't get tired. Yep. So just hit me 4 or 5 with each of these clubs. And this is a Zexio golf club, this. So it's a Japanese, quite premium product, and it's very good.
Light, actually.
Pardon?
It feels quite light.
Yeah, well, exactly.
That's the first observation. No.
You all right?
So you've come back in the room now and hitting crap.
Do you want me to go?
It's like when someone's watching and a kid to death.
Yeah, a bit heavy, but it was all right.
Hit the floor on that one, yeah. It does feel quite nice to swing though, I must admit.
Good. You okay?
It's coming out the heel again, isn't it?
Yes.
This is what my coach has taught me. If it goes that way, generally it's going out my heel.
Right.
I'm learning.
Good.
I need to learn what to do to stop it.
Well, you know, the easy thing is addressing out to the toe, but it's how you return that club, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, just catching the mat.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because, you know, a common sense statement now is, if you're catching the mat, is it too long? Is the club too long?
True. Or am I stood too close to it?
Could be. Could be either of those.
That's the one.
That was a good shot. Okay, show me one more, please.
Spin rate's gone off.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good shot. Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it easy for you, right? I was going to keep you waiting for this one, but let's give it you now and give you a bit of confidence. Right, in my opinion, this golf club now is fantastic. So this is made by Ping. It's got an ultralight unisex golf shaft in it. It's got a very, very forgiving head, and you know, the shaft will feel light and it will feel soft, but it's a men's seniors, and it's great. This is really good. So I'll be amazed if you don't like it.
Okay. Yeah, that feels quite nice and light.
It is. It's a very popular seller for us, this.
It's weird because that's light, mine's light, but it feels like uncontrolled light.
Right. Okay.
This feels sturdy light.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Well, I'm going to go and take some specs off your iron in a minute. Shot.
I mean, it feels a little bit, that felt a little bit clunky over that one.
Right.
I must admit. Might just be how I hit it though.
Just striking the floor a little bit, aren't you?
Yeah.
And again. And again.
But I've been doing it on the course as well. With
Yeah, you're okay. And I'm just
everything.
And I'm just going to make sure that it gets all the information we need. That was better. That was better. I know we can argue it was a bit clean, but it was a better strike.
Hit the floor. it's yeah. It's all right, this one.
And I can tell by that you're not that keen.
That one was a bit nicer. It felt nicer.
Okay, one last one, please. Okay, good. Okay.
It was definitely lower club speed and smash factory this one.
Yeah, and you know what? Normally it's quite aerodynamic, that club. So normally it's very good at actually picking up a bit of speed. Okay. Okay. Next one I'm going to give you is Mizuno. Okay. So I'm going to line everything up here that you've tried.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I do think this is a good option for you. This is called JPX Hot. It's got a unisex recoil shaft in there.
Okay. And what's the is that a steel shaft to recoil one?
No, it's a graphite shaft. It's actually quite clever how it's been made. It's been made to look like steel, but I can assure you it's graphite. That's it, nice and smooth. Sharp, super sharp.
Oh, I can't do that on the
We'll just have a set of those.
It's old. It feels heavier.
Yeah, is that good or bad?
Don't know.
Okay.
I mean that.
I mean, based on your club speed.
Yeah.
So my recommendations would be based on your club speed, not to go heavy.
Yeah.
Or should I say, none of these are heavy, but if they feel heavy, that I wouldn't have thought that's good. Because if it's a little bit lighter, we can build your club speed up. You know, I can see how keen you are, and obviously having your coaching, your club speed's only going to increase, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't want to hold that club speed back. So again, if this is the winner at the end of this, you know, because we build golf clubs, the feedback you can give me, I can make that lighter in a real sense.
It feels heavier, but not clunky heavier.
Okay. Okay.
Makes any sense at all.
Maybe we shouldn't be mourning because they're your best two shots of the day, aren't
Dolls.
You women, so hard to please.
They really are. It's called making you work for it. Oh dear.
Yeah, really good. All jokes aside, that's really good. And I can see you instantly a little bit more confident with it because you've hit a couple of good shots. That was a nice, good, free flowing swing.
Yeah.
And again,
it feels better to hit.
Pardon?
It feels better to hit than
Okay.
actually to, even though it's heavier.
Okay, good.
It feels smoother.
Right, good, good. And still plenty of forgiveness in the head. You know, that's the most forgiving head that Mizuno offer. Yeah. Right, well, I like that. Yeah, you don't need to hit loads with that. Okay, out of interest, just out of interest, I don't think we'll get as good a results with this, but just try this as well. This is another Mizuno option.
Oh, was this a bladey type?
Well, it is, but it's not a blade. It's not a blade. It's one of those pocket foam. It's the cavity ones.
Okay.
Don't think this is the right option for you, but I want to give you the opportunity to try it anyway.
Yeah. I tried hitting a blade once.
Right.
By Christ, it hurt my hands. Well, I know it, a double shot then.
Half of the pros are moving away from blades.
But no, you can have that back. Oh no.
Right, good, but give it me back because it's nowhere near as good as the other one, is it? I know we've only hit 2 shots, we don't need to attempt.
No, we don't like that one.
Right, this is great. This would be very high up on my list of options for you. This is Titleist.
Right.
Okay, so same swings that you've just done with the Mizuno, and we should get equally good stats.
I mean, we'll try.
Shot.
Oh wow.
Great shot.
That felt quite easy off the...
Yeah, if you know what we should have done? We should have done a bit of fun here. We should have, I should have wrote down 3 or 4 models which I think you'll take into the second part of this fitting.
You see, you're right.
Yeah, and this would have been one of them. Yeah, good.
They're a bit thick, but...
Yeah, that's the fastest ball speed so far.
Oh. Quite like this one actually as well. Oops.
All right, take it down. One more, please.
Come
on. Okay. We've got to factor in you getting tired as well. So I know you're not going to get tired just yet, but I'm going to let you have a breather after these next few options. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 Taylormade options now, which are both very, very good.
Okay.
These are both really good sellers for us. Okay. So option number 1 is this is the Sim Max, so it would probably be not dissimilar to a newer version of yours.
Right, okay.
But it is good. It will probably look a little bit ugly compared to 1 or 2 of the previous ones. It's a little bit clumpy behind the ball.
Okay. Feels quite light again, this one.
Okay.
Pop it in the floor now. Come on.
Good.
Sounds clunky, doesn't it?
You know what it did? It sounded different, that, didn't it? I'm not sure it sounded good actually, but it sounded different.
Yeah.
Shot. Good shot.
Got a really weird sound to it, that. Not sure I'm feeling that sound.
Well, sound plays a part in feel, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
That sounded better.
no, I thought it would. No.
Oh, 80 mile an hour ball speed.
Yeah, I thought it sounded better then. So maybe you wish it out to the middle of the club face.
Don't tell anyone, will you?
Well, let's have a look, see if it picked it up. Yeah, there you go. Brilliant. Brilliant. So, if my...
Now, how did I do it?
Well, so if you look at the first one, which we said didn't sound great,
yeah.
So we can learn from this, can't we? That was your second shot. That was your third shot. So slightly off-centre hits with that one, Corinne, are a little bit...
Yeah.
Would I say dull or tinny maybe? Tinny maybe. But then when we catch it out to the middle, it sounded actually really powerful.
So I suppose in some respects you actually get a lot of feedback from this.
Right.
When you're hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking, oh God, what to do? You can hear.
Right. Which could be a good thing, couldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, because you're maybe you could test yourself and say, right, come on, I need to get that sound. I need to, I've got to put a good swing on it and then get the right sound.
Or you're just going to put too much pressure on yourself.
Well, yes, good
but
point.
That's golf though, isn't it?
Yeah, good point.
That is golf.
Okay, let me take that back. Not bad though, that.
It's a maybe one, that
Yeah,
one.
it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, now, historically, this has been our bestseller for a long time. I know you look at it, it's not a blade golf club. It's got loads and loads of forgiveness. We sell a lot of these to ladies. So this is Taylormade P79. And again, the whole idea of coming here and being open-minded, if after a few shots it's not right for you, we just throw it. At least we tried them, haven't we?
Exactly, yeah. Feels heavy again, this one.
Okay. Well, we don't really want that feeling, so...
It almost feels like that pendulum heavy.
Yeah.
So it's like, it feels like the club head's heavy.
Okay.
I think. No,
Not for you?
not for me.
Okay.
It's really heavy, that one.
Okay. Let me give you... Okay, so this is the most powerful club that you're going to try today. The lofts on these are a little bit stronger than all the others. So this is Callaway.
Maverick. Feels quite light on again. I like the weight of it.
I'll tell you what, that was very close, that. Now, it will come off fast and it'll come off quite flat. So my only slight concerns, I'm not sure anything will beat this one for distance.
Yeah.
But remember when we spoke about it coming in a bit low and a bit hot, a bit shallow, that's the downside we have to this. So, I suppose you can't have the best of both worlds.
No.
Shot. Wasn't your cleanest of strikes, but it was still a good shot.
No.
But he got away with it. Yeah, brilliant. Good.